I watched the Hungary 2021 race with a couple of Red Bull nerds and a guy who had never watched a race, ever, in his life. But of course, because his wife drove a Renault, he decided to become an Alpine fan half an hour before being forced to watch the race with us. Mainly because Isuzu don't have a Formula 1 team. He went on to claim that Alpine were bound to win because he was watching. I told said fellow he was mad, but fast forward a couple of hours and now I can't shut him up. Not even with threats of violence or with medicine in his coffee. He now claims Formula 1 is the easiest sport in the world, as he has been a fan for all of 2 hours and his team has already won. Which leads me to today's video. How the hell did Ocon win in Hungary? Now first up, who is Esteban Ocon? That doesn't matter now, does it? He could be the greatest guy on earth, or the slightly unlikable illegitimate son of Adolf Hitler, who was adopted by Saddam Hussein's pet monkey. That wouldn't make him drive any faster or any slower now, would it? So it doesn't matter who he is. Racing results before the win. Ocon won the 2014 European Formula 3 Championship and the 2015 GP3 Series. Before the win in Hungary, he had 77 race starts in Formula 1, getting one podium in 2020's weird as a Christopher Nolan, Leonardo DiCaprio movie race at Sakhir. According to Wikipedia, which we all know is an infallible fountain of knowledge, dripping straight out of heaven, on 23 November 2018 it was announced that Ocon would join Mercedes as their reserve driver for 2019, after it became clear that he would be replaced at Racing Point by a certain Lance Stroll, an outcome that was confirmed a week later. Ocon did not take part in the Grand Prix weekend during the year. He claimed to have been in discussions with Mercedes for the 2020 season, remarking that he was very close to replacing Valtteri Bottas at the team. Now of course this has to be true, Wikipedia said so. He does hold an interesting stat though. He has the most consecutive finishes from the start of a career, 27 Grand Prix from 2016 in Belgium to 2017 in Mexico, showing a remarkable consistency and an ability to keep going. He did however get himself destroyed by Danny Ricciardo last season, being out-qualified 15 times to 2, being out-raced 9 times to 3, being outscored 117 to 62. And of course then this season, he started off brightly, beating Alonso quite a few times and then being beaten by Alonso quite a few times. So, what has his pedigree shown before this race? Well, it's shown he's got pace, it's shown he's got ability, but it's also not shown him as a potential race winner now, has it? Fast forward to his race in Hungary. So Ocon impressively qualified in 8th, a place above much celebrated teammate Alonso. He kept his nose clean when Valtteri Bottas decided Formula 1 had too many entrants, and he removed a few. And Ocon was pretty much lucky not to suffer the same fate as Lando or Max and have his car broken by Mr. Bottas or any of the other slippers and sliders. Lewis Hamilton made the brilliant choice not to change his tyres, leaving 44 pretty much stuffed for the race. While Lewis was looking to break the record for most pit stops in a race, Ocon was driving brilliantly, keeping lap times relatively consistent, managing tyres, coolly and calmly keeping ahead of 4-time champ Vettel. He basically did a great job, which would have come to nothing had Alonso not decided it was time to give the world a lesson in defensive driving. Alonso the crucial piece of the jigsaw? Well, Fernando Alonso turned back the years to remind Hamilton why they don't like each other. The Spaniard kept the GOAT at bay for 8 laps in an infinitely inferior Alpine and frustrated the Merc, which had been 3 seconds a lap faster than anyone else, until he caught up to the man who dethroned Michael Schumacher back in the day. Surely Alonso was crucial in assuring Ocon's victory, being the perfect team player. Ocon did everything right, but it was the Spaniard's brilliance which kept the lightning quick silver arrow far enough back for Ocon to snatch the win less than 3 seconds ahead of the 7-time champ, part-time racer, full-time politician, Sir Lewis Hamilton. Now, is Ocon a deserving race winner? Well, former F1 driver Guido van der Garde believes not. He's not on the same level as Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. His name does not belong between these drivers, Van der Garde told Motorsport.com. Now, of course, coming from the former Caterham legend, this is to be taken with a pinch or maybe a kilogram of salt, as Ocon became the first French driver to win an F1 race in a French car with a French engine since 1983. That's a long time. Of course, he's a deserving winner. Any driver on the grid, with a possible exception of Payboys, Mazepin and Latifi, deserves to win a race. This is the elite of motor racing, the men who have already been separated from the boys when they managed to get into the car with a super license. These are the men of racing, and Ocon is deserving of being one of them. He paid his dues despite not living up to what some other drivers had achieved at his age. Yes, Verstappen, I'm looking at you. Ocon did a monumental job in Hungary and got his just desserts. Well done, sir. God bless you.